Good evening. How is everybody this evening? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I don't know where. My red lipstick. Hey, Sean. Hello, Dean. I'm good, Sean. How about you? Yep. Let me pull y'all up a little bit more. There we go. How is everybody? Hey, Sandy. That's fine. Hang it in there. Yep. How's everybody doing? Okay. If you just arrived, hit the like, comment, and subscribe to Aysia Smiles Live. You will really enjoy the vibes. Thank you, Dame. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I did see one of your videos. I didn't get it. It was like a car or something. Oh my goodness, Sandy. Aren't you supposed to be in bed rest anyway? I feel like you're supposed to be laying down anyway. What you doing walking around twisting ankles? Sandy, you gonna mess around and need a whole new body, honey. Sit down somewhere. Sit down, ma'am. I have a video premiering 12 a.m. I scheduled it wrong. But you can change the schedule. Just like you told me, you can change the schedule. I changed mine last night when I went to schedule, and I was like, ooh. Because I was supposed to go live at 10:30 Eastern. But then I switched it to 11:30 Eastern. And then I didn't come on last night till what time? 5 a.m. this morning? So you can change it. I do grocery shopping. Okay, so I did not trust my husband. Why would you not trust your husband to go grocery shopping? And as I say that, she's right. But still, just FaceTime him. Like, get this. FaceTime me before you go. Let me see exactly what you're getting. So I can tell you, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. Grab the one in the back. Do not grab the first thing on the shelf. That's nasty. We grab further back. You know what I mean? Don't just give me the first apple that you see. No. Give me the salad bag in the back. I don't want the one that's been out exposed to everybody. I'll just leave it. It's almost time. So you're about to get off then at 12 then? He will get all junk food. Oh my goodness. You give him a list, Sandy, or no? He's still Hush. So I'm trying to figure out what's in it. I know it's coffee liqueur. I can't remember what else is in it. But I was like, ugh. Let's see here. Oh, so it's not even. I thought some Baileys was in it. It's not even Baileys. It's butterscotch schnapps, and Irish cream liqueur. Yuck, yuck. Oh, this says with Kahlua. I think mine was with Kahlua though. So Kahlua is like a Baileys, like a coffee type. If you like shots made with Baileys, then you love Buttery Nipple and possibly all of the different versions. Yeah. 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 Mm-mm. Have y'all ever had it was called Strawberry Rose, but Strawberry Rose was milky too, but it tasted like strawberry milk. So that was all right, but it still was milky, you know. But yeah, I don't particularly love milky drinks because I'm not a milk drinker anyway. Almost time for what? That is how I am. Almost time for what? I'm not sure what you mean, Sandy. Time for what? I'm not sure. Oh, you mean Deem. Sandy, that's crazy. And good at 50% ratio. Gotta get meats and fruits. I did not know that. That sounds good. If you like milk, Sandy, then yes. Sandy, I have a Call of Duty video programming tutorial tonight on my channel. I scheduled the time on. But yeah, you can always change the time. Because that's what I do. When I want to do something, I change the time. Dun, 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 dun. And they'll get the notification, I guess, that you change the time. But it's up to you. So I guess you won't be on too long tonight then. You're home over here. Twisting herself. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need no more twisting or twatting, and I don't need none of that. I want to get to a point where I don't even drink. Like, you know. Because I think it's one of those things that, you do it because it's something to do, to kind of pass time or kind of hide things and want to feel differently. But I think if you are really enjoying who you are as a person, and you love who you are, then you don't necessarily have the need to feel altered, you know. She had Hennessy Pink. What is Hennessy Pink? If she had Hennessy Pink and it was kind of like that pink Moscato, nope. Anything with the pink in it is going to jack you up because it's too much sugar. I don't care what it is. Sugar in anything is bad. Sugar in drinks is diabetes, all kinds of stuff, right? Sugar. They said too much sugar in your eyes, glaucoma. Sugar in the well, I guess teeth is the cavity. It's just like sugar. Let me look at this Hennessy Pink. They just want girls to. Let me see here. She got off at 6 p.m. I ran her bath, fed her, and she wanted to snuggle up with it. Gotcha. She said, hello, ladies. Hello, Ashley. How are you? Hello, Rat Dance. Oh, nice. Never, and I mean never, take a shot. 200 people shots. You, that's crazy, Sandy. Don't ever. That sounds like death in a shot. That's what that sounds like. Cause nothing, that's like Everclear. Everclear is not even 200%. Everclear is like maybe like what 80 or something. Mm-mm. No, no, cause I'm sure it messes up brain cells at that point. I don't even play with that kind of stuff. No, knowing Aysia, she was like 20. I do. Mm-hmm. How's it going over there? It's good. It's good. We are good. Low key day. Very low key. Okay? I just opened up the laptop an hour ago. I did do a book club. That's about as much work related stuff I did today. I did when I was 16. Oh, wow. Sandy. Okay. How are you, Rat Dance? Am I dating someone? Hi, Carson. I am going on dates. I'm not dating anybody exclusively, to answer your question. Rat dances. Oh, how'd you get your name, Rat Dance? Do I have a pet? I had a pet. It died. Yes, I see. I see a little poof. Hello, Sir Kidster. My day is going well, Carson. Thank you for asking. Yeah, he died last year. It'll be almost a year in coming up in June. You'd be surprised how fast time goes by. What was my pet's name? My pet's name was Icy. He was a Chihuahua. Okay. When I go out and drink, I get a couple shots, and then I go home and finish drinking at my own house because I know I can control it around home. Yeah, Sandy. I was telling them last night. I said, I can't drink with some of y'all. Listen, the way some of y'all stomachs is set up, it just don't have no. It's like a funnel. It don't have no like. There's no bottom to it. It just y'all ain't full yet. Cause listen, yesterday, and the crazy thing was, thank you, Carson. And the crazy thing was, I was eating at like 5 something. I had like 3 sandwiches. The people that we met up with, the entire time, never ate anything. Huh? I want to say, I think he said, oh yeah, we ate early. We had a big lunch early around 1 o'clock. I could have swore he said 1 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. And then we left and went somewhere else and had part 2 drinks. Oh my God. Nope. Sometimes in your life, you'll forget you said something, and then you'll go back and then when you do that thing, you say, "Oh, why did I do that?" And then you remember that thing that you said you were never gonna do again. Came right back. forgot about that. It's been so long I had forgotten. I had forgot what that tastes like and how that feels. And now we remember why we don't do it. Chihuahua, in the words of Stewie from Family. Chihuahua. Chihuahua. I seen it in your eyes. You were faded. It's like, this ain't it. This is not it. What was your favorite? What was your favorite place you went to? My favorite place I went to was probably most meaningful place I've ever been to was Kenya. It was very meaningful. It wasn't like my favorite place to like visit. I'm trying to think. That's a good one because I don't think I found a favorite. I don't think I have a favorite just yet. I've gone places that I've enjoyed, but I don't think there's anything yet that I'm like, oh, God, to go back there. Not yet. My dad said you're pretty. Oh, thank you, Carson. I appreciate that. I have done that a couple of times, and then I felt like trash the next day. Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. And everybody today was like, I did go down and get breakfast and come back up. And today was like, you okay? I said, I'm just tired. I'm just really tired. Thankfully, I don't feel like I had like it didn't feel like it used, like used to feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like a train wreck. And I didn't feel like that today at all. I just took it low key though. Didn't do too much. Kenya was definitely an experience that was unlike any other thing that I've ever experienced. I visited an orphanage, so it was interesting to be around those children and their lifestyle, and the fact that they don't have the same wants that we have, and they don't know that their situation is their situation, I'll be back on later tonight. I have to go take care of the babies. All right, Sandy. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Dean. See you later. Yeah. So yeah, rat dance. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. There's a couple places I enjoyed Costa Rica. Costa Rica was nice. I wish I had gone to different locations in Costa Rica though, because I only spent one time on what do you call it? Like a retreat. It was like not. It was a retreat, but what's the word that you call the place? It wasn't a retreat. A resort. That's what I think. That's what I was gonna say. A resort. It was like a resort, and it was okay, but I wish I had gone to different places because Costa Rica has some really pretty places, and so that would be something I would like to go back and explore. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dean. I'm in Hawaii. Ooh, that's a nice one too. I have not been to Hawaii yet. A friend of mine just came back from Hawaii, and she's like, time stops over there. She's like, there is no time over there. And I think that was so beautiful. I was like, I love that. Cause that's how Canada. Only people who do hustle and bustle day in and day out, I feel like it's just America. There are places that just are so calm and so serene and so quiet that they don't like time doesn't exist there. It feels like, because they do stuff in their own pace, and it's like, no, I'm not ruled by a clock. I'm ruled by this clock. I'm ruled by my internal clock and not an external clock. Have you been to Hawaii, Dean? Have you been to Hawaii? American and Hawaii. What time is it Hawaiian? What is this thing you call time? Yep. Exactly. So many differences, you know. It's interesting because a lot of the things that we do, when you go to a different place, a different culture, different country, you see so many different things. And I think that it's beautiful if you get out there and really explore life, because you have a different idea of how other people live. And you would have never, hear me clearly, you never get that in America, because America is we are very set in our ways in a lot of things, until you experience somebody else's culture and you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. You know, I like that. I like to adopt that. So, yeah. No, but I've been to Sandals Beach Resort. Okay. Yeah. I encourage everybody to travel, see different things, see new people, see different things, get a passport. Because so many different things will come up for you when you travel outside the world that you're used to. I broke my nail. I'm tired of breaking my nails. You hear me? That sounds nice. Where does she want to go? Yep. So true, dude. You learn a lot about yourself and a lot about other cultures. It's fun. It's fun to do something different, right? I'm gonna show you about some place. I love it. I love it. My nails are so dry. It'll be a surprise. Okay. That's nice. I love that. Hello, popcorn. Hello, Miss Atlanta. Hey, popcorn. I need to get out of this bed because I'm getting sleepier while I sit here. So, Dean, your guess is as good as mine. Well, I will say I am also an hour behind. So, I am in Arkansas, which Arkansas is Central Time. So right now it's only 10:55 for me. Whereas if I were Eastern Time, it's almost midnight. And I do think because last night and tonight were different times, it may throw people off a little bit. So we shall see if they come on or not. But last night was really fun. I really enjoyed last night. It was good to talk to Caveman. It was good to talk to you and Crystal. Yeah. It was very very close settings because it was only a very few of us on, so we got to ask really like deep questions and stuff. See, I know you're in Arkansas. Go back and watch the Get Back with Me. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. That one was decent. I packed halfway decent, so that was all right. Yep. Absolutely, we vibing. Yeah, last night was so cool. So it was really cool. So we shall see what happens tonight. I had a call tonight about that book, and the one of the ladies actually invited a lady who told her about the book. So she invited her on and she talked about the book. And I thought it was so good. And then, okay, Dean. And then when I she actually met him, apparently. So I thought that was really cool. She actually met the reader of the book. She said it's out of print. So I'm like, I have to ask about that. We gotta get that thing back in print somewhere, shape, or form, because it should be, that book should be everywhere. I was like, I think it's better than therapy. I feel like it is personal therapy, that book. And if it's out of print, it's like, it's sad because it really should be out there for everybody to enjoy it. He should be a millionaire from that book. Is that Crystal? Hey, Crystal. Let's see what you got today. I love how, like, I didn't know my hair's popping up. Let's see, go to channel. Hey, Crystal. I'm good. I am good. A bit tired, but it's good. Gotta get back on it. I took the day off. Then you gonna make me be him. Why? What happened? He said you was drinking some Hennessy Pink. Is it? I've never had it. Is it good? Cause I don't want no. I don't think I want no more alcohol. I'm good. I'm good. You laughing at me? Be you, girl. Do you? Be you and do you. That sounds like fun. Yes, it's good but not sweet. Oh, okay. Well, then that's probably good then, because that sweet stuff will catch up to you and it'll sneak up on you. So I actually prefer that it's not sweet, so that's probably good then. Oops. I forget this. Laptop is touchscreen. So temperamental. See, but don't say that you're gonna lose. Don't ever doubt yourself, okay? And never doubt yourself. Because if you already believe you will, then you will. I need to sit up because I'm gonna get sleepy. I had these, and they were good. Remember I had it last time? You know, it's good. They're okay, but I don't want that right now. I really want some Twizzlers. But why is that? What do you mean he's not gonna let you win? Then you win. Then you win. We got Robert. Robert's a boxer in the chat. He's not on right now though. You have to win in your own way though. But you can't fight him the way he fights, right? You have to fight on your turf. Things that you know that you can control. Things that you know that you are good at. So don't try to beat him at something you know he's good at. You know, beat him at something you know that you're good at, that you excel at. Then don't fold. That's yeah. That's one of like women. What we always say, no legs over the head, because then you've lost. Keep them down. Keep them down. If you feel you like a person, no, focus. Get your power back. Stay strong. Hey, Misfit. Hey, Robert. Because you showed him all of them. Hey, Robert. I was telling Crystal, she's like, well, Deem is going to win. And I said, no. I was like, Robert can help you out. Robert know how to fight. He can help you out. But I told her, I said, you can't fight the way he fights. You have to fight in your own way. You can't fight, of course, not fist fighting stuff, but you have to fight a different battle. I have to do my hair over tomorrow. That was Crystal saying she was fighting Dean or something. Play fighting, of course. So y'all, Deem is live right now on playing Call of Duty. If you would like to join him, he scheduled his live at 12 a.m. and I told him he could change it, but he wanted to stick with that. So he is on his he's live on his channel. How is he live on his channel if you over here? How does that work? How many channels does he have? I look tired, yeah. I think I'm still tired from yesterday. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, they called it the premiere.
Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile shooter.
Those were shots, by the way. But that wasn't tonight, that was yesterday. Okay, that's enough of that. I watched a few of his lives today, okay. He's logged in from the TV, oh, okay. Don't be laughing at that. Don't be laughing. It was good though. It was fun. It was fun. It was different to get out there and do some different things. Now I remember why we don't do that. So yeah, we're good. I'm in Arkansas. Hence the change of scenery. Yes, I'm in Arkansas. And I did go live early this morning. I found myself in a slumber. And when I awoke, I was one of those like, I missed my live. I literally like jumped out of sleep, like I didn't go live. And then I had to I was like, oh my goodness. So I ended up going live at like 6 a.m. Eastern. But it was good. We had a good conversation at that time of morning. And Caveman was actually on Robert. So we had a good conversation. So I don't know if you have a chance to go back and watch the live, because I thought it was going to be an hour. It ended up being like 2 hours, I think. But it was good. Hello. We talked all the way till the sun came up. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So I did go live. Just was not the scheduled timing that we normally go live, though. Yes, we know. Crystal's in love. Mm-hmm. I wondered if you were live yesterday. Yeah, it just was not the ideal time. It definitely was not normal for me to go live at 6 a.m. But we did go live though. It just was, yeah. So, yeah. Everything happens for a reason. But it was good. Hey, sit up. I start melting into the bed. You see me, right? kept saying, see if Asia was live. How do y'all see if? How do y'all say that to each other? Oh, on Discord or something? Yeah, I don't. Sheesh. I know. I was like, sheesh. Have you had any rest? I did. I want to say I probably the hardest I slept was when after I got out the shower and I fell into the bed. And then I awoke at 5 or 6 o'clock this morning. I was like, oh, I missed my live. And then I immediately got on live after that. And I was on live for about, I think until about 7, 8-ish. Then I got off and laid down for about an hour. And then ever since then, I've laid down for an hour, got up, laid down for an hour, got up, that kind of thing. So it hasn't been anything full through just yet. So when I get off of here, and I probably still won't stay on here too long tonight either. I'll probably do it. Oh, look, it's 11:11. I'll probably do an hour or something. And then I'm gonna snack. And then I'll go to sleep and sleep. I was excited last night, every night, but he was eating. And I was in the bed watching her. Oh, okay. That's good, Crystal. Is everything good there? Everything's good, yeah. Our show was Saturday. I needed to probably work on some stuff, but it did not happen. Because Asia was in a bit of I wanted to just rest today, which is not like me, but it was necessary. It was necessary because it probably what will end up happening is tomorrow will probably be a really good day because I did essentially kind of detox from work. Okay. You did give it to me, right? Or you gave it to Q, right? I think maybe you gave it to Q. Is that what it was? We're almost at 4,100. You gave it to me. You did give it to me. Let me see here. And it's possible. I mean, I do believe I probably still have it because I can go back to the email because I know you asked me to give it to. You gave it to me to give to Q up, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Welcome to your...
Dean said he might be here in North Carolina, but he's known. Dean said he might be here in North Carolina, but he's known across 50 states. And he'll get someone block, shut down if he needs to. Where'd that come from, Dean? Anger at Dean. What we talking about? Trust me, you're not playing about it. What are we fighting for? What are we upset about? What did I miss? What did I miss? He's not upset by anything. He said he got you covered. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, man. Wow. That's nice. I appreciate y'all looking out for me. I gave it to you and said give it to Q also. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. He said he's like, Austin, you're good. Oh my gosh. That's adorable. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, let's see here. I'm almost out of storage. Oh, that's hers. Gotcha. Okay. Y'all are so funny. But I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. We shall see what this weekend brings. 4 shots in. 4 shots of what? What is he drinking? Hennessy, regular? I don't want no more alcohol. Do you hear me? Yeah. I need to get but guess what I did get today? So we have a vendor who wants to do business with us. So they brought me too much stuff. Jack Daniels number 37. I don't know what that is. I didn't know what that is. But I'm going to show y'all what I have in my refrigerator at the moment. And turned it off. Oops. Okay. So here's 2 of the things. They make drinks. So this is like a specialty drink that they make. And they make, what is this? This is a Snicker something apple. So they make different kind of apples. Then they make, what is that? No pudding. So I think I'm gonna try that right now because I want something sweet. And last but not least, just for Deem, cheesecake fruit salad. And I was like, and I'm trying to get away from this daggone cheesecake. And here it come, right here. My goodness gracious. Can't get away from it. It do look good on it. That's a lot. Maybe I should try that one first. So, which one should I try first, y'all? You let me know. The apple, the banana pudding, the cheesecake fruit salad. I'm not gonna drink that drink. It's too. It's probably not. I don't know if it's sweet or not, but I'm not gonna drink it tonight. He said you can keep the fruit salad. Just give it. Banana pudding. Okay. Let's see here. Dean is that infamous mob boss that just moved in total silence. Sit back and watch everything. Oh my goodness. That fruit salad does look good. Cause I'm trying to think which one's gonna keep a little bit better, and the banana pudding looks good too. I don't know, but you know, so many choices. Banana pudding. That's my favorite. Your favorite is banana pudding? And I have bananas actually over here. So fresh bananas too. So I probably could add those in here. But the bananas are... Someone just told me a trick today. Which they said if you take bananas and you wash them under running water to get all the stuff off of them. And then you cover them. It should keep them longer. So I need to just go back and... see exactly how to do that, but they're supposed to stay yellow for longer because apparently there's this aging thing they put on them to keep them from that makes them turn brown so fast. Or should I don't know. Decisions. Maybe I'll try both. Let's see here. I feel like I need to go get my thing and I'll do a taste test. Ooh. A taste test. Okay. You should. How he looks at people that try him. Okay. Here we go. Here I go again. I'm not gonna try this tonight. I don't want that in my teeth. And I don't think I'm gonna like that anyway. I'm not I like apples and all, but what was this? I think that was there. Okay. So I'm gonna try this pudding. They say you really try. Don't you get excited and want to dance when you eat something? Always hating on somebody. I'm turning my light a little bit. I'm gonna try this for Robert, okay? I don't see the banana in here though. Where's the banana at? Is it just the pudding? Because I promise you don't see no banana in here. I'd be highly upset. Am I tripping? Promise you don't see. No banana. You can't call banana pudding nothing that had no bananas in there. Y'all don't saying it either, right? That must be what the bananas on it. It might be banana pudding. Add your own bananas. Interesting. It's probably banana cream. I don't. Either way, it's weird. It do say nana pudding. Maybe that's why I don't say banana pudding. It's just nana pudding. I feel bamboozled. I gotta take them bananas over there and cut it up and put it in here, so I can feel complete. What is that, right? Banana pudding. So we'll do that tomorrow with real bananas. That's why I'm about to try this cheesecake, because I would be too. This is the cheesecake fruit salad. Looks like maybe that's white chocolate on top of it. That's drizzled on top across everything, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I think it's white chocolate. It's okay. It's okay. There are different textures in here. What is that? Is that a grape? Who does have grapes? I think it's pretty. And sometimes things that are pretty, but I don't think I would put all these together, you know what I mean? Like fruit is fruit. And I can see strawberry and cheesecake, but I can't see the apples and the grapes and the fruit salad with cheesecake mixed together. That part, I guess, is the disconnect for me. So that for me is kind of the thing that's like, because I definitely wouldn't eat them all together, you know. But cheesecake is, the crust is good. So I think the white chocolate on top is throwing me off too. I am somewhat of a texture person. I'm good. And tomorrow we'll try the other thing, that drink. Hello, Rat. Dance. All right. Do I want these chips? Look at me, still trying to eat some. Oh, you missed it, Rat Dance. I tried some snacks, some banana pudding, and some he tried some banana pudding and some cheesecake fruit salad. You know, I think it looks pretty, but I don't think it's I don't like the taste all together. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. JJ Whitmer, 877 Kesha. And 77 Kesha. Hey, Rufus. Oh, he was mad at the place and took it back to the. Then he wouldn't eat it. That dance so cool. That's good. But they gave him the money in the right order after that, though. Okay. How long are you gonna be? So I'll be here until Sunday, and then I'll fly back out. And then we'll go back to the Carolinas, and then I think I want to go home. D-Man play by his money, food, meat, or mama. Gotcha. Oh, cool. How is it in? How is what? Rat Dance. Carolinas. Carolinas are nice. They are a bit humid. I haven't been in North Carolina in a while, but I do need to go. I have a friend who is gonna play in Charlotte, and I would like to go see her play in Charlotte, so I may do that. I think she said it's May 10th through the sometime in July, so I need to schedule it out and see what it looks like. I would rather do it, maybe stay long enough to go to Charlotte, see her play, and then go to Atlanta or something like that. I'm supposed to be going to Texas too. Gotta just see what this looks like. What movie? That sounds cool. Yeah, it is Rat Dance. I thought he was on live. He's not on live no more? Hello, I'm here still. Okay, rat dance. Okay, I still got her group back. He's doing poison. Oh, y'all are funny. I'm gonna be staying up for quite a while. Okay, rat dance. Do you have any kids? I do not have any kids, rat dance. Just me, myself, and I. Asia, no. He said he's still going through. Okay. Robert, we're faded. Y'all good. Y'all had some good drinks. What's my favorite color? It varies from time to time. It's generally like a. I'll tell people it's like a blue, but it's more so like a light, like a minty type green. If I were you, I'd probably buy a new puppy, so at least you'll have some company. I thought about it, but I travel a lot, and so I think that's what made my last dog sick, because I traveled so often. So unless he could travel with me and go everywhere with me, I wouldn't want to do it. So I'm gonna wait a little while before I have another puppy, another dog. How old are you at, Dance? I'm glad y'all found each other. I do. I do marketing and consulting for large concerts and events. Oh, thank you. I don't know if y'all can see them. They're tiny today. So yes, that's what I do. It's fun. It's never a dull moment. Oh, good, Crystal. I'm happy for you. I am very happy for you. Okay, let's do this. So, Rat Dance, how'd you get your name? Do you like rats? Do you like dancing? Do you like dancing rats? I am. Looking at y'all, looking at myself. Sometimes it's easier for me to read from here than to scroll here, because I can have more room to read all of it. Hey Q, I have more room to read all of it from here, and I can see it a lot larger than I can do over here. Right, yeah, right. Did you go back and watch the live, Q, from yesterday? I always said that he's gonna come back to me, and what happened? I seen his YouTube channel, emailed him. Now we're together as one. Yep. That's some serious manifesting, Crystal. It's all better with this. Okay. Yeah. It was good. It was a good live. So I explained, in a nutshell, what happened. That man knew what it was since the beginning. The show's alright. It's not pulling as much as we normally do. But it would have been good to be able to hit the ground running today. However, we didn't do such. We didn't do that. So, how old is Rat? I'm not sure. Rat, Dance, how old are you? The show is gonna be one night. It's a couple different factors. There are blue collar workers here. That could be a factor. It could be a factor. 11. Okay. Yeah, he's 11. I think it's one of those things where there always are factors. But initially, we did something a little different in our marketing. So I think that's part of it. It's also part of it that they had a lot of storms here. And I don't know if I told y'all this before, but initially, there's a group out of Pine Bluff that they were having issues when the new regime changed, that they were going back and forth about getting paid. So there was about 4 paychecks at the beginning of the year that the group had missed initially. Some of them missed it to the point where they lost their places. Some of them really were paycheck to paycheck and, weren't able to sustain their lifestyles. And then there were others that I think once they actually finally got paid and got paid up, I think they probably hold on to their money a little bit more now because of that situation, because, it really messed them up. So I'm not sure. There's a few different scenarios we could pull. I'm in my 30s, Rat Dance. The artists are Marcellus the singer, the Barcades first. So they're like funk. We are blues. We generally do blues, but Barcades are like funk. So the Barcades, Marcellus the singer. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He sings The Letter and Toxic Love. Then we have LJ Eccles, Lacey, Nick Markeith of the PC Band, Prince DJ, and Haywood King, I think. Yeah. QD said Aysia. What? Taking shots, yeah. They was. I don't like them. They're too sweet for me. Q said. Q, he said he didn't kiss in the video from yesterday. I don't think he watched the whole video though. He said he saw a part of it, which means he probably saw the thumbnail for it. What did you see? What did you hear in it, Q? How much of it did you watch? Okay, chillin', listen to the Marquez. Yeah, my dad, okay. So it's going to. It sounds like a lot going on with your life. I want to talk about it. You talking B or D or Crystal? I think you might confuse him, Crystal, because you said my hubby's not on here. I'm his girlfriend. That would be confusing to me. I'd be like, so he's married but he has a girlfriend? Especially to an 11-year-old. Hey Z, how are you? Let me find out. Q just like the video they're watching. You got it. You got it. Whatever. I don't think it's that I couldn't hold the alcohol. I think it's too many different things mixed together. That's what I think it was. Because I had pink Moscato, which is wine. You don't mix wine with just all kinds of stuff. Then the milky shots. Then the Crown Apple, peach schnapps, and Red Bull drink. I just think it's just too many different things. And at some point I did put a water in there. Oh, he didn't get it. Yeah, can't still do it to you. Robert. Well, I don't mean. Well, I meant, do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? AZ from Dean and his wife. What do you want, Robert? Do. I saw more than a thumbnail, Miss Lady. How long? How much did you watch? Like 5 minutes? 2 minutes? 1 minute? You just wanted to get to the bottom of why you didn't see me last night. That's what it is. So he was like, let me check this out. Because why wasn't she on? Team said. I did leave that part out because you keep putting it in there. So I don't have to say it. I'm lucky surprised you drink. Right. Right. Because I'm not a drinker. Let me sit up. What happened to what? See there. Don't follow Deem up. Chill with Big Chill. What is that? Oh, not that. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, yeah, I'm being respectful. Chill. That was weird, so okay. Yes, Rat Dance is 11, so he's not quite understanding the N word y'all keep speaking of right about now. I made y'all tone it down. That's why I haven't mentioned it. Because y'all keep mentioning it. I know, but it's not coughing. It's more like choking. You're just not sitting right. So, before you got on live, I was eating some stuff. Yeah. We're good. I got this water and I got that water over there. I understand. I've heard it plenty of times. Just because you heard it doesn't mean you understand it, though. You can hear stuff for years and years and years and not understand what it means until you get older. You're like, oh, that's what they meant by that. But you're at a beautiful age. We want you to stay as young as possible for as long as possible. Don't let life age you too fast. I think red is fine. I think red is fine. Yeah. Okay, on my business. Always. Always. Because that youth, I want them to keep it as long as possible. Because life ages us so fast, right? Because once the cover has been taken off, you can't put it back on. Because, and then also the fact that when I was younger, I was so much more. I believed I could do so many different things, right? Like when you're younger, you tell kids like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Oh, I want to be this and this, and you're like, "The sky's the limit." Then you get an adult, and you're like, "Now come on, bro, go to well." And then you'll believe that stuff, but you should essentially keep that same, like, almost like kind of delusional faith, because you can still do those things. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Dean was sweating. Okay. Dean said, in that case, what? What? What are you talking about? Why are you always trying to scare somebody? What is that about? Why are you always trying to scare somebody? Are you scared? Mm. I don't think it's delusional. Most of us can be anything. We just underestimate the work it takes to get there. That's where I go between what is man-made versus what God made. I think is where I'm at, because what kind of work are we talking about? Like, I don't have my book. I don't have my other book with me. You know, my universe book. But I feel like the work, more so than anything else, it's hard, but it's more mental than anything else, right? It's not even like the steps to do the thing. It's just it's just the getting up and doing the thing, and then also tell yourself that you can do it. This book here, man, oh man, when I tell you today, like, there's a lot of things in here. And then he talks about that we do so often. Everything's momental. That's the work. Good night, Rat Dance. No, because I had I'm still in the book, and then we had a book, a chat today. What do you call these things? Book club or something? Yeah. You said there's Red Pistol. Good night, Rat Dance. Hope you have an awesome day tomorrow at school. Yes. So on here, I won't read all of this, but I'm not gonna name anybody, but I want you to think about, like, even in this chat, as I read this part, who can you think of? And it may be part of this that you may do as well. I'm trying to think. I don't want to read all of it, but let's see where I'm gonna start at. Okay. Apologizing for yourself before beginning an activity is another form of language of denial. Perhaps you've heard yourself using the examples, before I begin, I want to apologize for my voice. I have a cold today. I don't know what you'll think of this, but I'm sorry if this doesn't turn out well. It's the first time I've tried this recipe. My office is such a mess, I just haven't had a chance to clean it up. Apologizing for yourself preceding an event is a sign of low self-esteem and lack of confidence. I said don't name no names. I just said just reflect. Okay? Apologizing for yourself preceding is a sign of low self-esteem and lack of confidence. It is a signal to yourself and others that you are unsure. It's a way of denying your own worth and ability. Apologizing. Y'all stop putting people's name in it. I said, to yourself. Reflect to yourself. Because here's the funny thing. You can always notice it in somebody else, but not necessarily yourself. So I want you to reflect to yourself as well, right? So yes, it could be some of them, but it also could be you in other parts, because I hadn't got to all the things just yet. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Apologizing to yourself is an event of low self-esteem and lack of confidence. It is a signal to yourself and others that you are unsure. It is a way of denying your own worth and ability. Apologizing ahead of time does not mean I'm sorry. It really means if I mention this situation first, then you won't be able to. In that sense, it's a manipulative attempt to control another person's behavior. So good. Apologizing is taking an I'm just a nobody stance. It communicates a willingness to take blame before anyone else sends it. It puts you down and the other person up and leaves you with a lower sense of personal power. It subtracts from an already shaky base of confidence. I'm going to leave that one right there. We can end it here. Deem definitely reflects on himself and his behavior. I want to meet this author. The lady, we were on the book call today, and she brought in another lady who recommended this book to her. And the lady who recommended this book, she had actually met him. She said they had dinner together one night or something. I was like, that is so cool. I've tried to ask her if the guy was still alive, but I don't know. But I really, if I can, I will try and see if I can get him on our live. I think that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Okay, this part is called exaggeration. Exaggeration is another more subtle version of language of denial. Exaggeration communicates that you or your thoughts and ideas are not enough. In order to have importance, your ideas must be surrounded by inflated figures, statements, or opinions. When you add an exaggeration, you deny your ability to stand on what it is. It's another way of telling yourself you are not enough. It's not necessary to add 50 feet to the home rim, 6 inches to the size of the fish, or 30 degrees to the temperature the day you walked across the desert alone without shoes. You're okay. Even if the home run was a single, the fish was undersized, and the desert was a sand dune in November, you are enough just the way you are. Can you stop putting people's name in the chat? Listen. Here go another one. Here go another one. Bragging, another variation of the language of denial, is related to exaggeration. Each is a clue that your esteem and confidence is low. Both spin out of a desire to be enough and a belief that you aren't. Bragging is an attempt to communicate, look how wonderful I am. Paradoxically, the message you send yourself when you boast to others, I'm not wonderful, so I had better cover that with a barrage of words. Bragging is not to be confused with sharing positive information about yourself. Talking about your capabilities with others without exaggeration in a precise, soft-spoken manner is not bragging. It is simply sharing information which is often useful to both you and the other party. In workshops, I frequently have participants practice giving information without boasting by milling around the room, greeting each other, and sharing a positive message about themselves with each person they greet. I want you to know, says person A, I am good at photography. Thank you for sharing that, responds person B, and I want you to know that I listen well. After 15 or 20 similar exchanges, a group discussion follows. Participants frequently report they didn't like announcing the positive messages to others. It feels like bragging, they say. I'm usually surprised at the number of participants who feel uncomfortable saying nice things about themselves. It's as if they believe that affirming themselves publicly is egotistical. Far better to remain small, insignificant, and innocuous than to be judged as a braggart, they think. So good. So good. Did I read the affirmation part, y'all, the other night, or no? I feel like I did. But he could break down some stuff in here. I was like, dang. Oh, here's something that I catch myself doing. Watering down. I guess, sort of, kind of, phrases water down your statements and weaken your sense of personal power. I guess I'll go. It was kind of exciting to be there. Guess, sort of, kind of are words of hesitancy. They don't communicate confidence, self-respect, or belief in yourself. They represent a technique to hedge the bet and take less than full responsibility for your statements. And then my favorite part is here it is. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. um, Here, okay. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Indecision. This is this was a good. This this cut me deep. Okay. Indecision destroys confidence and weakens self-esteem. Consider the following. Maybe we can go tomorrow. Let me think about it for a while. I'm not sure about that. Do these statements sound to you like they come from a confident person? Consistent use of this style of language communicates indecision, procrastination, and a denial of personal responsibility. The language of confidence contains juicy yeses and juicy nos. It has no room for maybes. Learning to say no without guilt or shame is required for speaking confidently. Adding excuses, explanations, and reasons for turning down a request are not necessary. You have a right to say no, and it's okay if that no stands alone. Fuzzy no's work against the language of confidence. The fuzzy no occurs when the person asking doesn't know whether or not you said no. And so he talks about his friend going to dinner or something. He says, since I prefer juicy yeses or juicy nos, I hung it right there. When my friend responds, I'm scheduled to attend a PTA meeting next Thursday night, I informed him he hadn't answered my question. What do you mean? He asked. He says, I went on to explain that I hadn't asked whether he would or could have dinner with me Thursday night. I asked, did he want to have dinner with me next Thursday? By hanging in there, demanding a juicy yes or juicy no, I got what I wanted. He said no. No, I can deal with. Maybe I'll think about it, and fuzzy no's are more difficult to handle. They are open to so many different interpretations. Some people hesitate to say no because they incorrectly believe they'll hurt another person's feelings. The clearer you become in your own mind that people can only hurt their own feelings, the easier it will become for you to say no. The more comfortable you get with surrendering to the reality that others are in charge of their feelings, the less you will try to control their emotional responses. As you become increasingly in tune with that belief, you will become more often to make decisions based on whether or not you really want to, and less on how the other person might choose to feel. Oh, man, what I tell you, I don't even know what else this book can do because it's just so much in this book. I want to see if there's a please in here. But yeah, so that's enough for tonight. But you see how deep, if think about all the things I just read, you can see yourself in at least one of those, yes or no? Hush, Q. You can see everybody else's stuff. What about, which one were you in there? Are y'all still with me or y'all gone? Can y'all see me or no? Do I need to hang it up for tonight? Is it time to go? I had read it. Oh, I see. Now I know you in denial. I know you in denial. You're saying that none of this that I read. Okay, well, let's read the affirmation part. I think I read this. He even talks about. Oh, I wanted to talk about that too. Well, I talked about you in the other. That was the last chapter. This chapter probably wouldn't apply to you per se. Because this is the confidence chapter. So the Leo part of you would probably have believed that you are fine in this area. So this doesn't apply to you. All right. So is that it? No, I don't want that part. I want the apologizing. Are you the only one on? Did everybody else leave? Yours is a little bit more subtle. Yours, and we're all in the book, so it's a little different. But yours was the one I was referring to before about the joking. I think, or the language of denial. No, you don't do that. That's not you. I think I read yours before. But there's a lot. See, here's the thing, that there's a lot of things that you may potentially do outside of our conversation, right? And I told you, well, I think I read that the other day for everybody to design your own affirmations. What is that? Oh, but you did say should. Let me tell you about the shoulds, because that's in the book. Why are you laughing, Dean? Where's that crystal? Let's see here. It's about spirituality manifestation, discusses the divine nature of the numbers 369. Okay. Well, I think I said to you about the numbers, and 999 was number completion. That's right. 3 is creativity. 6 is giving. 9 is completion. Creative, giving, completion. I'm laughing at TV. Almost slipped. Oh, gotcha. Read it and tell me how it is. Cause why you want to read woo-woo stuff? Who's this? Who's it by? Not the price being $4,444. Who is you talking to? You're right. We read about you earlier in this book. Dun, dun, dun. You told my bad doing my keyboard setup. Nah, that is not what you know. That is not. Mm-mm. Then you are insinuating that. Did I open it? Your comment was, buy the book. You won some money last week. So you're telling me what to do with it, too. Hmm? 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 Let me go back to. So, I did read your last recommendation. I like The Greatest Salesman. That was good. I have to go back and listen to that again because I need to have a do-over. Do you get sleep though? Dean said you really just took a sip. Water does our body good, right? It's not milk, it's water. Because isn't that interesting how marketing works? It's like milk does a body good, but your whole body is 70% of it is water. So why would milk do my body good and not water? Because without water, I would die. Literally die. Hmm? Think that bug is. You can survive without it, but it does make life more interesting that way. You took my advice about what? What do you take seriously, huh? 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 He's teasing me. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. What? Why one of the world's best marketing campaigns? Mm-hmm. Right now I do what do you call it? Intermittent fasting. I'm trying to eat till I'll eat here because they close at 10. So I'll eat a little bit earlier. But yeah, if I was home, I don't eat till after mid-afternoon. America. I'm telling America. Asia, get some rest. You need it. Sean Hodges. Oh, thank you, Sean. I'm up a little bit more now because I remember before I was like, I'm so tired. Now I'm up a little bit more. You're saying you're ready for life. You're saying you're ready for life to get more interesting. That's the advice you got from me? Dean said I'm his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Q, how are you doing tonight? He got a full meal, Crystal. I did. Yeah, I did catch that second one. You're right. Absolutely correct. Evie. Hey, Evie. Where you been? No, you said. Anytime I say anything related to anything, he's like, no, can you expound upon that? No, I cannot. I am very happy for Crystal and Dean. They that ooey gooey love. Ooey gooey. Ooey ooey. Hey, Evie. You don't remember Evie? That was a long time ago. Evie, I mean, probably almost 2 months, I think. It was a long time ago. Oh, for Crystal and Dean, right? Yeah. They call it taking it slow. Don't you love people say that and then brush it, just run it. So we're just taking things slow. Oh, like, do you hear yourself? Y'all moved in less than a month. So by taking things slow. Oh gosh. Hmm. Not Z laughing. Oh goodness. Make y'all wait for what? Y'all didn't wait on nothing. Whew. That's the funny part. Like, I guess it's everybody else's definition of we're just gonna take things slow. Compared to so anyway, yeah. Let's see here. Y'all have grown. Y'all can do whatever you want to do. Any questions? How are you, Evie? Where you been, Evie? I can what? What do you support me in? In my adulthood? What do you mean? That air conditioner's so loud, right? And then I'm in a completely different, on a different floor, so I think it is all loud. Because it's really quiet now, right? Mm. When you pick a decision and then after the fact you feel like you may have made the incorrect decision, how do you talk to yourself, Q? What do you say? It'll come back on in a minute. It just set to auto. I'm gonna turn it back on. You said he knows it's someone. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's pretty loud though, you're right. It is quite loud. Thankful for the lesson and the wrong decision. And pivot to a better choice. Okay. Interesting. Do you make your decisions rather quickly? How do you decide that you want to do something? What is your method of delivery? I just got cold. How did you get cold? Help me with my indecision cue. How do you decide? You know your body gets random cold. Oh yeah. Very quickly, I can be wrong. Proudly. It's analysis paralysis. Okay. So how do you decide quickly, but then lead with? I think you said. I think when we talked before, you said when people say stuff, you are not quick to believe them. So how does that work with decisions? Because you're not quick to believe them. Does that make sense? And granted, everything's not black or white. There's lots of other things and gray areas and stuff. But I think the way my brain works is I think two things can be true at the same time, but also our society and our culture is very this or that. So I'm like, well, where do you land? Dean said that with that just depends on what they say to him. Okay. I don't quickly believe everything I hear and read. Right. So you quickly decide, but you don't quickly believe. You can quickly decide decisions for yourself. But you take a while to believe. Okay. So you filtered through skepticism. What would they have to say for you to be like, okay? What parts did you filter that you're like, okay, I can still go with this even though I'm skeptical? And is this when you say that skeptical stuff, is this for business? Is this like relationship wise? What is this? Is it across the board? I'm gonna lay on bare chest. He's gonna take over. Love you, girl. Good night, Crystal. Depends on the context. It could be business, spirituality, religion, most things that have death. Okay. So what have I said that you heard and you filtered through as skeptical, but you believed it anyway? Where's Robert? Robert, you still here? Misfit hopped on for like a second, like a quick second. I think, how long was that? I think that was. Well, I'm here. Bay is laying down. She must be in the mood to sleep or otherwise. Did you finish your live, Dean? Are you off already? I believe that you believe everything you say. Absolutely. You speak with conviction, but I don't believe in things like moon water. Aha, aha. Have you tried it? Yeah, I finished it. Thanks for watching. You're welcome. Because I be thinking that it sounds weird, but everything we have came from that, right? Like if you had no sun, we would all have died because it would just be so cold, right? So the sun literally keeps us all alive. But the moon dictates the water, the ocean. That's why we call it like the motion in the ocean, the wave, the cycle. Every iteration of the moon cycle, you are a different person because you're opening and pulling back new layers of you. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't comment? I know, because you started shooting and I got scared. I was like, ah. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Five kills.
Just gonna put that on mute so you can get some watch hours, though. I'm gonna put it on mute and play it in the background so you can get some watch hours. Hey, Robert, Money Penny. Of course, but I said, it's funny how I say that and things happen. I said, where's Robert? I wasn't specific on the Robert, but hey, Robert. Don't don't you love how like your spirit calls somebody and then it'll wake that person, it'll just bring that person to you? I forget exactly what they call it, but it's a thing. Of course, but sitting my water in the moonlight for benefits, not quite there, Aysia. You don't have to be. I appreciate that. You better ask Crystal about the motion in the ocean. Hey. Did you notice the game character sounds like me? It does sound a little like you. With that deep voice. Let me see here. That's what R. Kelly said in that song. Why he's calling me? Ay. Okay. So he is here. Misfit, how long you been on? You've always had eye contact. But I think Misfit was on before. He just was quiet. How long you been on, Misfit? Made Misfit pop up. Nothing wrong with being quiet. Have you been on the whole night? Did you watch when I read the book? I feel like one other thing is coming. There's nothing wrong with being quiet. Unless if you're doing silent sitting, where you just kind of listen at what comes up for you. I haven't done that in a while either. That's good. Blue red pistol. Nothing wrong with being quiet. Miss Phil's probably sleeping, popping in and out. Yeah. I need something to get up in his head. I don't see anything. You want some cereal? I'm not a cereal either. I don't like cereal. It's bothering now. You hear it? You like the ambiance of the Reese's Puffs out there now. I feel like that's so much sugar. That's like a lot for your teeth, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So, give me 3 things. Cereal is horrible, but yeah. Mechanical humming always put me to sleep as a kid. Okay. mechanical home. So you would fall asleep in the car then, yes? Aren't we glad for ASMR? Ooh, it just kicked in extra gear. You didn't. That's not what I was gonna say. See there? You too fast. You too fast. These posts. What I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is I want you all to give me 3 of your non-negotiables for a relationship. What are your top 3 non-negotiables? He talking about eyes, smile, and confidence. No, it's not it. Too fast. Too fast. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Belief in higher spirits, embraces femininity, and loves herself. Crossing me, betrayal, and dishonesty. Came here to say goodnight and end up talking about breakfast and cereal. Before you go, give us your 3, Misfit. What are your 3 non-negotiable? In a relationship. For me, with banana, interesting. I don't eat cereal. I can't give you a cereal. I don't eat it. I don't eat it. If I eat it, I eat it plain. I used to eat like plain nut Cheerios. Yes. Yes, I heard about Pope Francis, yeah. I was waiting for that. Waiting on cue, because I knew it. I knew it. So actually, the reason why I asked you all is because someone that I was speaking to asked me to write down. So the way she phrases it is, she's also I think that's her profession, is like relationship coaching. And so she told me I need to write down my needs and my wants. Needs, she said, imagine if it's like an ice cream sundae. Hey, caveman. and I will give this to you too as well. So needs and wants. She said, imagine if you had an ice cream sundae. The needs is the ice cream. So these are like non-negotiables because you can't have a sundae without ice cream. But the wants is all the things on top, all the different toppings that you would put on top of your sundae. So figuring out what your needs are that are your non-negotiables, and then from there, then you can add the toppings, which are all the things that you want. Like you may want different things. Like I may want somebody who's vegetarian or vegan, but it doesn't have to be a thing. But right now it's a topping until I get to a place where it may be it could be something. There are some people who feel like it's a dire thing, but right now that's more of a want, only because I probably haven't had it anyway. So yeah, so my top 3 would probably be that's a good one too. Supportive of my dreams. Then we'll go with Q on the belief in, I say God, or source. And then I feel comfortable with them and around others. These are my 3. Bum, bum, bum. How are you, caveman? That's tragic, honestly. What, the Pope? I thought he was already sick though, right? That's what you're talking about? He died at 88, right? He died the day after Easter, which is interesting. Support and train his belief in God. Are you oh yeah, I totally forgot to put that on there. But what I had on here was, no, I had it on here, but where is it? I didn't have it in that way though. I have it on here. Attentive father. That's what I wrote. No wonder why, because why did I write it like that? Attentive father. But a want would be no previous children. Think the image is inverted. No, I'm right-handed, actually. People who are left-handed are very special, very talented people. Why are you check marking like that? Misfit, you didn't give us your 3. I can't think of any non-negotiables at the moment. I'm trying to think of something. Yeah. Because the ability to decide is simply, essentially, is what Q was talking about. He was like, hey, be quick to decide and then you can essentially worry about be proud in your decision, whether or not you think it was good or not. Just stand firm in it, and then on the next time, move accordingly or act accordingly. But the ability to decide makes you a much more confident person than it does not deciding. And by giving other people the ability to decide for you, like, then you lose your power, essentially. Because people who say, I don't want to be a burden, generally are the people who are people pleasers and who are the ones who have less power. Well, I'm gonna lay it down with my queen, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Sleep well, and always remember to stay true to yourself. Love, respect. All right. Good night, Dean. Tell Chris we said good night. My father, please. Why are you always laughing at me? He was sick. Oh, okay, yeah, he was sick, yeah. Shit was gonna catch you later up there. Good night, Dean. Number one, trust. They are loyal. Okay. And then, what's the second one? Loyalty is really big for most men. Except for Q. And then, why did you say loves herself? That's a good one, though. Well, I guess I'm out because I'm a Jamal. Embraces women. It sounds especially loud over here. Has loyalty embedded in. So you feel you're a 2-for-1 essentially. Someone who doesn't love themselves cannot effectively love someone else. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Misfit, you're deflecting by Captain Crunch. You're deflecting. I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire. Do you feel like if you were with somebody who didn't believe in a higher purpose, what would that look like? Loving yourself is definitely on point. Yeah, I agree. That one is huge, huge. But do you know the amount of people that don't? I don't know that people even catch that. Do they even know that they don't love themselves? You said a woman got anything you wouldn't be compatible. So is that something that you ask on the first date? Is that something you talk about? Does it come up in conversation? I'll get back to him. It's only one more. Decide. I want you to decide and put it on your wall, because then you'll have something to go by. Here's, I think you might have missed this part of this book, and I'm saying this because I find myself doing the same thing. It's called indecision, and it keeps us stuck. I'll read this part again. I'll read some of it. Indecision destroys confidence and weakens self-esteem. Consider the following. Maybe we can go tomorrow. Let me think about it for a while. I'm not sure about it. Do these statements sound to you like they come from a confident person? Consistent use of this style of language communicates indecision, procrastination, and a denial of personal responsibility. The language of confidence contains juicy yeses and juicy nos. It has no room for maybes. Learning to say no without guilt or shame is required for speaking confidently. Adding excuses, explanations, and reasons for turning down a request are not necessary. You have a right to say no, and it's okay. That no stands alone. So you can say no. You was like, I'll get back to you, but you could just say no. I don't want to do it. That would be a better answer than I'll get back to you. Fuzzy no's work against the language of confidence. A fuzzy no occurs when the person asking doesn't know whether or not you said no. I asked a friend if he wanted to go have dinner with me next Thursday, and he answered, I'm scheduled to attend a PTA meeting next Thursday. Now, what does that mean? Where do I stand with this person? Did he want to have dinner with me or not? Because his no was fuzzy. I wasn't sure if he'd like to have dinner some other time, or if he just didn't, or if he just wanted me to forget it. I would have preferred him to say, I'd love to have dinner with you. I'd love to have dinner with you. I'm already committed to a PTA meeting that night. How about Wednesday? Or, no, I'd prefer not to. Or simply, no, thank you. Since I prefer juicy yeses or juicy nos, I hung it right in there. When my friend responded, I'm scheduled to attend a PTA meeting next Thursday night, I informed him he hadn't answered my question. What do you mean? He asked. I went on to explain that I hadn't asked whether he would or could have dinner with me Thursday night. I asked, did he want to have dinner with me next Thursday? By hanging in there and demanding a juicy yes or juicy no, I got what I wanted. He said no. No, I can deal with. Maybe I'll think about it. And fuzzy no's are more difficult to handle. They are open to so many different interpretations. Some people hesitate to say no because they incorrectly believe they'll hurt another person's feelings. The clearer you become in your own mind that people can only hurt their own feelings, the easier it will become for you to say no. The more comfortable you get with surrendering to the reality that others are in charge of their feelings, the less you will try to control their emotions and their responses. It comes up early. Hold on. It wouldn't like. I'll get back to you in the rest. It comes up early in getting to know each other. Could you date a man who doesn't believe in a higher power? I have kinda. It was Marcus' situation, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. You do want somebody that's essentially kind of. Hold up. I got potty. Whatever. All right. Okay. Good night, Misfit. Fact who was though? You were what? You only had 2? Non-negotiables? What about the negative parts of the relationship do you attribute to him not having a spiritual belief? Can you rephrase that? I also don't love talking about exes either. Because I think that also gives it more power than it needs. So what the negative parts of the relationship do you I was like, what? What negative parts of the relationship do you attribute to him not having a spiritual belief? Sometimes I think when you don't have this spiritual belief, there's no room to there's no, I don't think he had faith in, even maybe not even faith in himself. And I think that probably would have been a little bit better for me, because, and I also wanted, he would somewhat kind of make fun of it, and I didn't like that. So I thought that was kind of a negative thing. It's like you joke about something, it's like, oh well, it's just a joke, but it's not a joke. It's not really a joke. A fundamental thought is that we're spiritual beings having physical experience can't relate intimately to someone not on a similar path. I agree with that. There's too much evidence to suggest that we're that we're not just something else. We have to be something else. It just is too. It's too many different things out there. I'm seeing too many different things online. It's like you see where society or culture has tried to stronghold us in our thought process because they know how powerful it is to if we all were to embrace it. So rather than allowing us to embrace it, they hide it or put it somewhere else. That's why I'm curious as why this book is no longer in print, because it is such a powerful book, right? Like they would rather give you 48 laws of power but keep this book from you, and this book here essentially is your way to get through life by knowing how to talk to yourself, how to bring yourself up, how to keep yourself in a positive mental state, how to know when somebody's trying to manipulate you, how to be able to rephrase your wording, how to be a better public speaker, because it tells you to cut out the extra words that you didn't realize that you were doing, and it catches you, it makes you more aware of what you're doing in a non-judgmental way. So it's almost as if like I would want to give my ex, I would want to give him the book, because in this book he talks about affirmations, but he also says, I don't know what they are. He was like, I just know that they work. And so I love this part because I don't know if I read this part. Probably read some of it. I'm going to jump around a little bit. Hold on. Let me read what you said first. I'm going to read this. My fundamental thought. Okay, I read that. I had a step pops who was a non-believer. He was an empty man in a lot of ways. He thinks he's insignificant and thus became so. Right, and like no faith. That faith in yourself is so powerful. Not that bogus cover and non-marketing is why more people don't know about it. But it's out of print though. They say it's out of print because the lady that I talked to, she was like, she bought 4 copies. She said because if she ever crosses anybody's path, she wants to give them a copy. But she said it's out of print. And if you go back and look, I feel like I got the only last copy. So I'm like, well, where are they? And why did they stop? Can we go somewhere else? Can we just send it to somebody else to publish it? Why we gotta stop? I'm like, I feel like everybody should have this book. I'm like, do I need to open up my own print shop so we can print things that are out of print? Okay. Affirmations and bumper stickers are strategies to use at specific times to create or attract specific characteristics, abilities, or situations in your life. While it is important and useful to use these structured processes to achieve specific results, it is of equal value to develop an ongoing style of talking to yourself that is affirmative and self-supportive. Learning to continually affirm yourself is a way of giving yourself supportive programming that can become more than a tool. It can become a way of life. During a recent conversation, a friend explained to me how disgusted she was with herself for not sharing her anger with the person she felt had taken advantage of her. A year ago, this friend of mine was skilled at recognizing her own feelings, much less expressing them, blah, blah, blah. I'll read all that. Supportive self-talk is a dialogue that recognizes your... Okay, far healthier for my friend to choose nourishing words and concentrate on the growth she had made. I am getting quick at recognizing my feelings. I am noticing my feelings better than I have in the past. I'm getting closer to what I want to be. Are examples of supportive self-talk. Self-talk is a dialogue that recognizes your successes and gives yourself credit for them. It leaves you in a healthier place from which to contemplate change. But I was going to say, apologizing. I was trying to find the part about that sounds good, Q. That sounds really good. Oh, I think I read this again. There are several theories as to why affirmations work. The religious theory holds that affirmations are like prayer. God hears prayer and responds. A psychologist might suggest that affirmations are related to the subconscious mind. In that theory, it is believed that affirmations plant ideas in the subconscious mind, and when this part of your mind senses an appropriate situation, it sends your conscious mind a signal. You then act in accordance to what you have been affirming. A third theory is the thoughts we have on energy. The energy from an affirmation goes out into the world, has an impact on the people and objects, and attracts situations and circumstances that contain similar energy patterns. I'm not sure which of these theories is correct, if any, and I don't care. I only care that they work and that I know how to use the process. It's like my microwave oven. I have no idea why it works. I put the food in, I set the dial, I push the button, and the food comes out hot and juicy. It doesn't matter to me whether affirmations are prayer, have energy, or stimulate the subconscious mind. All I care about is that I know how to pop them in, set the dial, push the button, and have the important issues in my life come out hot and juicy. Although I don't know exactly how affirmations work, I do have some insights into the process. Here is my sense of how it all happens. Affirmations help me put thoughts into my mind of what I want. Repetitious thought reprograms my mind and adds strength to my wants. The more often I have these thoughts, the more I expect them. The stronger my expectations become, the more I pay attention to and notice them when they occur. The more I notice them, the stronger my expectation becomes, and the more I believe they will happen in the future. And this cycle continues to repeat itself, growing stronger with every revolution. Have you given more thought to the shift that you want to make in your career? I think about that all the time. All the time. That's that decision part. Because I will make one and I'll be like, but I don't really love it. I've always said, if I don't love it, I won't do it. I don't have the desire to do it. So standing in the fact that most people don't mind doing a business that they don't like, that is not the case for me. I have to feel like I'm all the way in it. I have to feel that I want to do it. So I have to figure out what it is that makes it feel like I would just do it for free, but also charge for it, because we gotta make money. If so, what are you thinking? If not, what's holding you back from exploring? I think I'm a chameleon. I can do many different things. And I go back and forth on that. And then I actually was thinking that I could create somewhat like an agency, because I do think there are things that I no longer desire to do, but I probably more so than not can find somebody who would do those things outside of me, right? Like, I don't particularly love to make websites, but I can make them. And I can receive income from that. And I can also do social media, or I can pay somebody else to do the social media that I don't want to do. So exploring those parts and putting together a team. I enjoy business itself, so the product doesn't matter as much to me. Interesting. Yeah. Because I can see myself in, like, I can put myself in my brain. I can see myself in M&A. Right? But M&A. I have a few friends who are in M&A right now, and they enjoy it, but it's a lot of work. And I'm like, that's a learning curve. Do I want that learning curve right now? Or should I get good at business first and then do M&A? And it's like, but millionaires are made in a recession. So do you do something that you know is going to make you the most money? Or do you decide on something else that's more sure to you? Because man-made is not God-made, right? And so in a man-made world that we essentially kind of live in, you would think, okay, well, I got to do it this way, and I got to work hard, and I got to work hard, and I got to work hard. But I choose to go from the God-made side, the spiritual side that says all of this will work itself out. I just simply need to pick a flow and let that flow run its course, because I do think that when I am fully aligned within my masculine, within my feminine, body, mind, soul are all in alignment, that I am going to quantum leap. And it's just going to be like, pew! And all these things will start to line up, and all these things will start to run their course, and things will start to really pick up steam once I get in that alignment. I'm weary of things like website development. It just seems like something that will soon be replaced. I've done a couple of websites with AI, but I was having difficulties switching them over. You know, haven't got energy in a mad-made world. Makes achievement relatively easy. Yeah, I think if you have God, then I like to say God is like extra credit. So you can do it. Yes, you can get there the way that you choose to get there. But having God gives me extra credit. And it's like, I could have, shut up every day and knocked on 200 doors to get this money. Or I could ask God to send me one person or two people that already knew exactly what I needed and were already willing to pay that price. You know what I mean? Like, extra credit. I do. I feel like he's just, if I say it like that for somebody who's not religious, not spiritual. If you're not religious and not spiritual and you don't believe him anyway, then I say he's like extra credit. So that's something that their brain could relate to, right? You can relate to being in class and having like extra credit. Like, oh man, like right now as it stands, I was at a C, but I had 20 points of extra credit. Now I'm at an A. That's what I'm saying. It gives you that instant grace that quantum leaps you to a higher, better situation. I'm laying here, I'm getting sleepy. Because they don't believe they're gonna repeat the grade a few times. Right. And essentially I think that's what was happening. So it's hard. It's difficult because it didn't start that way though. When I met them, they were religious though. But now that I think back, they were but yes, they were religious, but certain religions like the Pope, the Catholicism believes that that you are below man. You know what I mean? Like man is below God. So that's where that less than state stems from. And it could be that. I do think it has something to do with history, something to do with past experiences. And so he didn't start that way though. So I think that was probably my disconnect. It's like, how do you believe and then you don't believe? But then I am on my own similar journey to finding the path. And what I found is that, yes, I do believe. I don't believe in the way that everybody else believes now. So, like, I don't say in Jesus' name anymore. I stopped saying that. And so, like, when I hear prayers, like, I will kind of bow my head and I'll say, and I'll reframe and say in God's name. Because in my brain, it's hard for me to fathom how we talk about how great God is, but everything ends in Jesus' name. And it's like, but if God, where do you leave him? I feel like he got left out, right? That's my thing. Everything is Jesus now. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So I went back to the God part. I just leave the Jesus part out and going back to God. And I said, well, he died for your sins. And it's like, well, I think I said when I read the book, The Power of the Unlimited Imagination, it says that the book, the part about Jesus being walking on water and doing all these things was essentially the fact that you are Jesus and you can do these things. You are just as powerful as Jesus. And so while you keep giving this man credit, right? And then we talk about not following up man, but you're giving all this credit to a man. It sounds like it's off. Like it needs to be redirected in some way, shape, or form. Like it doesn't make the amount of sense that it should make. If they don't believe, they're gonna repeat. Even those that believe they are less than God, but followers of God are still among the most powerful living creatures. Yeah. Where did the switch happen for you when you no longer saw Jesus divine? When I read that book. And I was feeling energetically off. There was so in marketing, we talk about, let's say, for instance, are you familiar with Tony Robbins? Did you say business? So yes, okay, yeah. So if we were talking about and you were watching Tony, it's like, man, Tony Robbins said this, Tony Robbins said that. If I were to take a class and learn some of the stuff that Tony Robbins has said and done and came back and taught it to you, or came back and talked about Tony, you would essentially flock to me because Tony appears to be so far out of reach that you want the next closest thing to you because, hey, Tony has been, making millions of dollars for 30, 40 years or so. But Aysia's only been a millionaire for a year. It's easier for me to connect with Aysia because Aysia was closer to not being a millionaire than Tony is being a millionaire, right? Because that he's been there for so long, he probably doesn't really remember. He can talk about his experience because he probably was broke at some point in time, but he spent more of his life on the wealthier side than he spent on the poorer side. And so you would connect with me because I'm closer to where you are in your state of mind than where he is in his state of mind right now. So as I connect that back to Jesus and God, Jesus is a man who walked the earth, right? So in your mind, you'll think, oh, I'm closer to him because he understood my day to day plight, right? He understood my journey of having to walk this earth and see how hard it was, as opposed to God who just was always all knowing, all powerful. He's always been him. So you would have that more connection. So he's like, oh, and he died for me. Like that just seems so much more powerful than God giving you the sun and the sun coming down and doing all the things. So Jesus did all these things, and so now I'm so in debt to God. I'm so in debt to Jesus, not in debt to God, but you're in debt to Jesus, which seems off to me. And so because you are in debt to Jesus because you feel like he died for your sins, there is this part of you that never will amount to Jesus because he is always going to be the one who died for you. So as you continue to celebrate him and praise him and worship him because he's done all these things for you, you will always feel a separation of, I'm never going to reach that level. I'm never going to reach that status because he's just so high above me. He's just so great. When in fact, it also makes you more inferior. So this part of this confidence part of this book is powerful because you have to get that back. Because if you don't have that confidence, you don't have that power, you're always going to feel less than. That's where all those words of affirmation become so important because most people don't understand how important it is to have that confidence and know who you are and know who you are in yourself. And that religion part really makes you feel less than subconsciously. And I don't know that people understand that. Like somebody said, why am I talking about myself as being a filthy rag? Like, why should I make myself feel so low? There's a lot of parts that you can unpack in there, but it gets very touchy feely, and people instantly will be like, no, no, no. The book is called The Power of the Unlimited Imagination by, I think it's Napoleon Hill, in which he references the Bible as a book and not necessarily a, like, it's just like any other book, but let's dissect it in a way that we can see the different pieces and the parts of it, not like it's the end all be all book like other people make it out to be. So that's where I draw the line. So that's why and ever since then, I started seeing things in a completely different light, in a different way. And so I tread lightly when I talk about this stuff because people are very strong-willed in it, in their beliefs. And so, right, like you said before, if that's what you believe, then you believe it. If you believe the sky is blue, then that's what you're going to believe. If you believe the sky is green, that is also what you believe. So I don't want to change anybody's opinions. I just would like people to listen and do their own research because everybody's on a different path. I can't say that your path to awakening yours could be through church, yours could be through yoga, yours could be through science, yours could be through Scientology or whatever. Everybody's on a different path for their awakening. I can't say that one. I don't believe that one is the right way. Or I feel like they all have parts of them that are good. All have parts of them that are accurate. All have parts of them that are flawed or misunderstood. For me, it was the epic of Gilgamesh, understanding older religions and the parts later adopted by Christianity. Right, the paganism stuff, all that stuff. I was just reading up on that yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. So it's like adopting parts of stuff, but not adopting all of it. You know, we just take like, okay, well this part I like, so I'm taking this part, but I'm not gonna take this part. But if you know how it started, you know, like the deck of cards. Did have you heard about the deck of cards? Like the meaning of the deck of cards that goes right down the rabbit hole exactly. But once you've learned it, once you've uncovered it, you can't just hide it, right? You can't just go back to not knowing. It's too much stuff. I mentioned I had cancer as a teen. Had the thought then of what I am praying through and to the wrong God. I'm only a Christian because of the family I was born into. It made me research and go down a rabbit hole. No, I'm not familiar with the deck of cards. So, you know, for a long time, like, my pastor would not play, he said he would not play cards because cards was, like, you know, the older people were like, no, don't play cards, because cards was like, I don't know, not satanic, but it was frowned upon. And so as he got older, he started playing cards. But the meaning behind the deck of cards is it goes along with like the seasons and stuff. Let me see. A deck of cards is a pack of 52 playing cards. The cards are divided into 4 suits and 13 ranks. The deck of cards meaning has been theorized to explain the agricultural calendar. 52 cards representing 52 weeks in a year. The red and black colors representing night and day. The 4 suits representing the seasons. Another theory is that the deck of cards represents the number of weeks per year and 13 lunar months, with the sum of all the value numbers, the cards ending in 365. It's just so interesting. But then it goes into tarot. And so parts of it was probably where his upbringing probably was like, yeah, don't do cards, but he didn't understand this part. Now, if he knew about the tarot stuff, he probably would not play cards. Let me see if I can find that. The ace symbolizes new beginnings, potential, and opportunities, and is ranked both high and low. Where's that tarot part? There are 4 kings in a deck: the king of hearts, king of clubs, diamonds, and spades. Each suit gives the king distinct qualities. For example, the king of hearts represents compassionate leadership and using logic with an open heart. King of spades symbolizes a leader who uses intellect to solve problems. Incandescent tarot. Overall, the king advisors rely on wisdom and authority to make difficult decisions. This is so good. Introducing me to another rabbit hole off. It's just so good. But imagine, like, we hadn't even tapped into the AI stuff like that. But imagine the fact that we're 50 years in. We're only 50 years into the internet, and we're just now getting to the root of some really good stuff. We're just now really understanding and learning how to use it. Imagine if you had this sooner, and imagine how much stuff we would know, because there's so much we didn't know, right? Before we had internet, we didn't know half about these hairstyles, about the way people live on the other side of the world. We didn't know that we could have friends over there. I probably would have never went to Kenya. You know, it's just so many different things that I never probably would have done if it wasn't for the internet. The internet. And so I'm sure at some point AI may be the next thing like that. Like, man, imagine if we didn't have AI. I'd be able to do X and this and this and this and this. So, raising kids in the environment is definitely interesting with the access. Yeah, that's the thing, right? How do you raise children? That part. That part. Mm-hmm. Well, you're almost finished. You only have a few more years. And you've done a great job. I am going to assume. I'm going to assume he has a good head on his shoulders. You know. How close are you with your mother? Like, does she live in the same city as you? I tell people often we hit the lottery with where we were born and when we were born. Yeah. I think it's good to be multifaceted. Like, we weren't baby boomers. We weren't Gen X, you know what I mean? So it's like we were right there in between both. So we know how to, and I will say that I do think that also creates my I'm like foot on both sides, right? Because I have a foot in for the hard work and dedication because our parents did that, you know, working at a business and a company and a factory for 30 something years. But then I'm also on this other side and it's like, we could just do this online. Why can't I do this online? And I'm team work smarter than harder now. But what is that? What does that look like? And then do I have the stamina to keep it up and to grow it, or do I want to let it go and sell it? How much do I want to grow it? What does that look like for employees and stuff? Would they get upset if I sell it? You know what I mean? Because I can see myself growing a company and selling it. But people think that you're supposed to live, breathe, and stay with that company even though you created it. You know what I mean? Like, especially like the hair care ones. When they sell it, people be really upset about that. And then, but they do change the dynamics of the product. The product usually has some different variables in it, and so now it doesn't do the same thing that it once did because you sold it to somebody else. But that is your right to sell it and do something else because I'm not supposed to do one thing all my life if I don't want to. Well, you're upside on the scale, right? And then you could also, if they like the company, the employees could buy the company too. There are a lot of different ways to do it. It's like, hey, I'm stepping down, but you can stay, you know? Because I'm curious to see, like, if and when I get to a point where I don't like to go live every day, what does that look like? What does that look like from this chat? Because it's fine right now, but I don't have a significant other. If I was booed up like Demon Crystal, that would be prime time, right? This would be prime time. It would be hard, I think, in my brain to figure out what that dynamic would look like unless he's working third shift or something. What would that look like? but I'm single with no kids, not married. You two in the chat. Ready. You so silly. You to Moby. So, here's that. Are you the only one on here? Everybody else is gone. Private evolution, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Your side says 3, mine says 1. That's interesting. Now I got 2. So, that's all. But it'll be fun to see where it all lands, right? Where does it land? Will it be a year from now? Will it be 2 years from now? Will it be, Crystal and Deem's wedding or baby dedication or whatever? Will it be that we all meet up and have a chat and have a conversation? Will it be that Mika gets married to Davion? Will it be your situation changes or does it stay the same? There's a lot of different variables that could play out in this chat. Or maybe it's Gavin and Rain getting together. Your situation. Alright, speaking into existence, sir. Speaking into existence. Do you do vision boards or affirmations? What do you do? How do you know something is going to change? Let me lead. No, that's not it. Because that's ultimately what you created, though. Right, but you created that. You created your outcome. You created your surroundings. Like I think about the people that I talk to, and it's like, okay, I also think about how they talk about other people, right? Because if they talk about other people, like, dang, if you talk about so-and-so like a dog, I know you can talk about me like a dog, right? So you're like, build out this trail. But if that was the case, you already did that, right? I don't know. Everyone's different. I guess you'll do it in time, or it's a slow, methodical demolition. How do you methodically demolish it, though? Do you leave her with money? Because at this point, it would be what is it? Spousal support? have to legally pay anything. But... Are you sure y'all don't have common law marriage in the state? Virginia does not recognize common law marriages. Okay. Couples must obtain marriage license for a formal ceremony. Okay. Make sure you sure that's the methodical part. And how much time after you separate will you take time for yourself? Ooh, getting sleepy. I can't put a time frame on that, but enough. I've been house shopping recently. Okay. Yeah, I think you're gonna have a low. Because men like to feel needed, like to be loyal. And then an empty house is gonna be different for you. That's gonna feel really different for you. And then how many, like, we don't talk about this per se, but what is the percentage of negative thoughts that you have about yourself daily? But it's not about hiding stuff, like mask. I don't want you to mask anything. I feel like we just mask one thing with another. Like, if I give up drinking, then I take up smoking. If I give up smoking, then I take up, something else. But I would like for our next things to be something of value, or perhaps something that is positive, not a negative hindrance like drinking and stuff. How do you turn these PCs off? How do they go off? Your name. Well, what do you say to yourself? What do you say? How do you shut this thing down? Oh, there you go. I found it. It's mostly career-wise. I know I'm not operating. operating at full capacity. What do you think that is? But I also think that comes with that's that man-made part, right? But the quantum leaping part, the God part of you could be like, the God part could fulfill the stuff that you're not doing. Think about it, right? You need to stop BS in a certain area. But that part God can pick up on. So it doesn't have to fall to you. And I think that's the part where I get in between God and man. Because man will be like, you gotta work hard, you gotta work hard. I was like, I don't wanna work hard. Because if it's already mine and it's already supposed to be mine and it's already destined to be mine, why am I working hard for it? It's already coming to me anyway. God has put me in the position to stop. He's telling me to take the action. But I thought you said you're already number one in the company. Didn't you send me the stats for it? I'm getting so sleepy. 2 minutes. We're gonna call it 2 minutes. It'll be 2 a.m. my time, 3 a.m. your time. Hey, MC Lyrical. Hey, it's me, Late Drives. Yeah. We're about to hop off here in a little bit, MC. So I'm glad you saw us. I'm glad you visited. Hello, hello. I should and can do more outside the company. Where is it? It definitely was in here because I already read it. It's in here. Oh my God. That's fine for another day. All right, you all. I am going to get off here. I am sleepy. All right. I love you all. As always, we go live 10:30 Eastern. Maybe 11:30 because I'm out of town. 11:30 Eastern. Every night. Keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. Have a great day at school tomorrow. Have a great day at work tomorrow. And let us know If you have time, please go back and watch another live or this live and support. Like, comment, subscribe. All right. Good night. 10:30 is chat. Yeah. Facts. Bye.